Period of European history was characterized by a series of socio-political transformations. The Renaissance. It was a cultural movement that began in Italy. Renaissance means rebirth. It implied that man was God's representative on earth and no one had any business to curtail another's rights. In medieval Europe, the church allowed very little freedom of thought to the individual. This kind of suppressed environment inspired many people in Europe to think for themselves and to boldly question the authority of established institutions. Due to works of Gutenberg's printing press, soon the monks and the privileged aristocracy lost their monopoly over literature and knowledge. Some of the great artists of this period are Leonardo, Michelangelo, Cellini, Rubens, Botticelli, Vermeer, Rembrandt and Raphael. Changes in Europe. Sea voyages. The Renaissance period also witnessed the great voyages of discovery and exploration. In 1492, Columbus discovered America, while a Portuguese sailor called Vasco da Gama discovered a new sea route to India in 1498. This resulted in tremendous expansion in trade. The Reformation. The movement began as an attempt to reform the Catholic Church. It began in 1517 under the leadership of Martin Luther of Germany, which split Christianity into two branches: the Catholics, who believed in temporal and spiritual hegemony of the Pope in Rome, and the Protestants, those who believed in the form of Christian faith and practice that sprang from the Reformation. The Industrial Revolution. By the end of 18th century, the rich merchants set up factories, installed machines, and started making mass-produced, machine-made goods. This shift from the manual system to the machine system is known as Industrial Revolution. The use of machines like spinning jenny, a new kind of loom, and steam power started in England and spread throughout the world. The American War of Independence. North America revolted against British rule over the issue of taxation against representation. The colonies were taxed, but they were not given any say in the British Parliament. The Revolutionary era began in 1763, and on July 4, 1776, the colonists adopted the Declaration of Independence. In 1789, the United States adopted a Republican Constitution. The American Revolution was significant in two ways. First, it compelled the British Parliament to follow liberal policies towards their colonies. And secondly, it encouraged the revolutionary forces of other British colonies to liberate themselves from the clutches of the British. The French Revolution. In the 18th century, French society comprised three strata: the nobility, the clergy, and the commoners. The first and second estates lived in luxury and did not pay taxes. This caused great anger within the third estate, which made up the majority of the French population. The leaders of the third estate declared themselves as a National Assembly, and in August 1789, the National Assembly promulgated the Declaration of the Rights of Man and of the Citizen. The mass protest in October 1789 forced the royal family to leave Versailles for Paris, never to return. In 1792, power shifted from the Legislative Assembly to the Paris Commune. It paved the way for the First French Republic.